I think people need to start being more honest that that capitalism is the problem, and capitalism is at the root of many of the horrors of modern life, right? I mean, from the total destruction of the Rust Belt in this country, we had these like massive factory towns and factory cities where people had like some sense of stability and stable income, and they could get a house and have a mortgage and raise a family. Like there was a system that was set up which seemed like, hey, this is part of the American dream. This is what we have here. Like, if you go and you do this work, you'll make a decent living. Maybe your kids might even have a better life than you. And this is what people thought they were signing up for. And then, of course, came the neoliberal era and Ronald Reagan and all the outsourcing and Bill Clinton and NAFTA and permanent normal trade relations with China. And then we deindustrialized the country, right? We deindustrialized the country. And, you know, then you saw income and wealth inequality started getting more and more out of whack. And now we have a gig economy. And it's only like seemingly all of the jobs that are there and sort of barely helping people get by because people are already underpaid doing these sorts of things. Even those are now starting to be ripped away, right? We have this move towards artificial intelligence. You have a lot of the AI leaders are openly saying like, oh yeah, we're going to take everybody's job. What? How can you say that so casually, so willy-nilly, as if there's not like world-altering consequences to doing such a thing, especially at the same time the social safety net is fucking falling apart. It's crumbling. They're ripping it away from us. 17 million people just got kicked off Medicaid, and now you want to come and take away people's jobs? Not a great idea if you ask me. That'll lead to some unintended consequences and a backlash if you ask me. We have another story that's, you know, right in line with this here. And this is in the New York Post, which is a right-leaning outlet, but they say the following. Major hotel chain faces backlash for allegedly outsourcing check-ins to India. A Miami hotel is facing backlash over a viral video that claims the front desk was staffed by an outsourced worker to welcome new guests during the check-in process. In the video, a guest who booked a stay at La Quinta by Wyndham was welcomed by a tall display screen displaying a virtual front desk employee who allegedly was in India. Do you need one room key or two? The worker can be heard asking in the video, which has more than 2 million views since being posted on Saturday. So I'm not going to play the video for you, but you can see here, this is what it looked like. So somebody walked into this La Quinta hotel in Florida, in Miami, and it's a virtual check-in, and it's somebody who works overseas. So they outsourced the job of the person at the front desk in the hotel. They outsourced that job. They continue here and say, the guest replies, 2 keys just in case I lose one. The hotel customer then signs a form on the screen using their finger. The interaction led social media users to slam the hotel chain for outsourcing jobs to overseas workers. I mean, guys, it is getting ridiculous, isn't it? The factory jobs actually paid pretty fucking well, and people built lives around those jobs. And then we deindustrialized those, and they sent the jobs to places where they can pay people fucking pennies on the dollar, right? Have fewer regulations, fewer, pollution concerns, environmental regulations, things of that nature, child labor laws. So it's bad enough to lose those good paying jobs. Now we have the jobs that are keeping people barely hanging on by a thread, and you're ripping those away too. So again, I reiterate, what are people supposed to do? They just said, the Secretary of Transportation just came out and said, oh, we're green lighting the ability of drones to fly out of sight of the user. Apparently before that was illegal. They just made it legal now where you could use drones. And so he says, if you want a Starbucks cup, you could order Starbucks and a drone can deliver it to you. And it's like, okay, I guess that's kind of cool. What happens to all the Uber Eats drivers? What happens to the Uber Eats people? What happens to the DoorDash people? And I get it. They're underpaid. They need to be paid more. I totally agree. But it's one thing to make an income and it not be sufficient enough. It's another thing to lose your job completely because of a drone, right? So is this what we're doing? Are we just going like fucking Yahoo, Wild Wild West, guns blazing, straight ahead, everybody loses their fucking jobs like within a 3-year, 4-year, 5-year time frame? Is that what we're doing? And we're not even gonna have a discussion or a debate about it in society. We're not gonna have our politicians go through it. We're not gonna have experts say, hey, look, here are the consequences, here are the upsides, here are the downsides, etc. We're just gonna fucking Yahoo, let's go, let her rip. Whatever happens, happens. Well, again, it doesn't take a genius to realize you start taking away all the fucking jobs. At the same time, you're destroying Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, the SNAP program, every We have a meager social safety net, but even the meager social safety net is now being slashed. That's not going to end well, dog. That's not going to end well. And I mean, this is just an extra slap in the face too, because it's not even a scenario of, hey, you're being replaced by AI, which I'm sure that's coming when it comes to this stuff as well. But now it's like, hey, we're just outsourcing the job to India or some other country. So another person is doing it, but instead of paying $15 an hour like they might to the person who works here, they're going to end up paying, whatever, $5 an hour, $4 an hour to the person who works there. And look, at the heart of it all is what? It's all a quest for profit. It's all a quest for profit. It's all these capitalists who are saying, we want more money, we want more power, we want to grow market share, hey, if we can get rid of all of our workforce is kind of annoying. They want good pay, they want benefits, they want dental. Blah. They want to be treated like decent, like they matter. They want to be treated like they matter. Fuck that. Why not just have a machine do it? Why not just outsource the job to India where I pay the person half and they're not going to complain. They're not going to say shit because any amount of money they get is probably better than any other job they would get there. This is a race to the bottom. Also, La Quinta can raise their profits. Now, by the way, it actually gets kind of interesting in here because La Quinta has to respond. So hold on, let me get to it. The interaction led social media users to slam the hotel chain. More American jobs outsourced overseas. At some point, this should become illegal. If you make money in America, you should hire Americans. One user wrote in a post on X. Another sniped, what hotel so I can be sure to avoid it? Some frustrated users even called on President Trump to target the practice by slapping tariffs on U.S. I got some bad news for you, baby. This is right up Trump's alley. This is what him and all of his billionaire buddies, they've been waiting for this day. Oh, I don't have to put up with annoying fucking employees anymore? Are you kidding me? I could either outsource the jobs to somebody who's going to be subservient and get half the money, or I can just give it to AI. You think Trump is going to be on your side? Oh my God, that's adorable. That is fucking adorable. A spokesperson for Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, which owns La Quinta Inn, told the Post that it just learned about the matter and is actively investigating the situation. Quote, this is a franchised location, meaning the hotel is independently owned and operated, and as such, we don't control the staffing. That said, this franchisee's use of this equipment is not brand approved, nor is it being marketed to other franchisees, a spokesperson told the Post in a statement. Further, our brand standards require hotels to have a team member physically stationed at the front desk at all times. The chain has several La Quinta locations in the Miami area. It's unclear how widespread the practice of outsourced virtual front desk employees is at La Quinta hotels and other chains. Wyndham does offer mobile check-in for some guests. A video posted to YouTube in February appears to show the same large tablet screen being used by an outsourced worker in a Wyndham hotel in Bonita Springs, Florida. Okay. So even La Quinta, even the parent company is going, I don't know, man, that's not a great look. Because there's massive outrage over this, rightfully so. And so they're going, I don't know about all this, man. This seems kind of crazy. And like they said, it's they franchise it. So there's an owner of it who is like semi-independent, but clearly they say he's not following the guidelines of what they're supposed to. So it's possible that they might force them to change it, but I don't know. But this is what you're going to see too. The franchise model, I mean, that's what like McDonald's and shit are too around the country. And you've moved, I'm sure you guys have experienced it. I've certainly experienced it, where you go into McDonald's and there's like way fewer people working there, and you got to, put your order in on the tab. And it's like, I don't know, man. I'm not sure this ends well. I'm not sure this ends well. Because really at the core of it is just the quest for profit. Sacrifice everything else at the altar of profit. Cut costs as much as humanly possible. And, now we're getting into this squirrely territory where it'd be one thing if, we were going down this road, but the government was aware and they cared enough to say, we're going to make sure everybody has that social safety net and they can land on their feet, right? That'd be one thing. Even then, I'd probably still have some criticisms because, you want people to have purpose, you want people to have jobs, etc. That'd be one thing. But we're in a wild, wild west, dog-eat-dog world scenario now where it's like, we're going to take your jobs and also go fuck yourself. We're going to cut your food stamps. We're going to cut your Medicaid. We're going to make sure you're not going to get a penny of taxpayer support either. And so then, what is it? Fucking mass homelessness? So that a massive mega corporation can make some more profit? Is that what we're talking about? And the answer is yes. And the answer is increased income and wealth inequality, totally out of control, new Gilded Age type stuff, and eventually it becomes pitchforks in the street and fucking revolution. That's where we're heading. Because there is no... People really like to shit on centrally planned economies, but I'll tell you what, at least they have the capacity to make some decisions, right? Like, they can actually do shit. As a society, they can say, this thing is bad, we are banning it. I think they just... correct me if I'm wrong, but I think China just decided we're banning, like, crypto exchanges or some shit, or maybe even just crypto, period. And you look at that and you go, holy based. Like, that's fucking awesome. They decided this thing is a scam. This thing is bad for society. This thing is going to fuck a lot of people over. We're done with it. It's banned. We don't have that authority here. We don't have that ability. We don't have that authority. We have such a decentralized system and nobody who actually gives a shit. And so it's just like, ride this bitch until the wheels fall off, right? Whatever happens, happens. We're just rolling with the punches. And there's a lot of negative about that too. And we're witnessing some of it right now. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.